What it do, what it be. Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another generic YouTuber intro. Flamesword68 here, coming back at you again with another great quality video. Okay, no, in all seriousness, welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another fantastical and majestical video with your host, the Savior, that's right. And if you're new to the channel, which is very likely, please do consider subscribing, because I do make pretty fresh and great content. Check out my original music and support me by downloading my music on any store. That would mean a great deal to me, and check out the links down below. I do make tons of videos and tons of original music, so please join the channel and be a part of something great, okay? Because we're trying to battle against the dystopia that is coming, okay? So my sinners, let's talk about it, okay? Because today I'm going to be discussing the problem with VR in 2021, okay? Because yes, 2020 is over. We are hoping that the worst is behind us, but let's be real, okay? I think the worst is actually, about to come. 2020 was just the breaking point, was just the breaking point to, initialize this new dystopian society that we are now going to enter, and it's pretty likely that I'm right. I've been right about quite a few things. If you haven't noticed, my sinners, if you're keeping with it, if you're keeping jiggy with it like I have, hang on, let me just take a sip from my trusty hip flask. It'll give me 5 points stamina, 5 points intelligence. Ugh. Actually, that's just a little bit of crack mixed in with some beer. Did you know? I'm joking, of course, that's just healthy organic tea that I'm drinking. Anyway, back to the video. Yes, we are entering the next point of humanity's life cycle, okay, which is the dystopia of pretty much everyone will be restricted, everyone's freedoms will be limited, and will have tighter government control. And that's pretty obvious if you're keeping track of what's going on, that we're entering a digital age. We're entering, a migration towards technology and a symbiotic relationship with technology, where we are slowly merging more and more with machines. So, VR, where does this come into the discussion that I want to have today, okay? VR has massively changed in recent years, okay? It's become so much more advanced compared to when it first started out. It's become so much more integrated within society as well. So many more people are using VR, and it's pretty obvious that this is going to be a very big part of our future dystopia. Look at these goddamn corporates, okay, with their shiny little avatars trying to just entice you into the future. The scum that they are. The demons, the filth that they are. Do not trust them, okay, because they are filth, okay? And if you are looking forward to the dystopia, if you say, Savior, I like wearing a corporate cockpit on my head. I love doing the Amazon jiggle and the Facebook dance, even though that they can delete me and censor all my third-party games and all the third-party apps that I purchased with my own money. But no, they have control. They have control over all my library, even though it's got nothing goddamn to do with them, to absolutely censor me and take away my products. Then you, sir, are a goddamn ape. And I hope that you go back to the Stone Age, because you're a goddamn idiot, okay? We have to fight this dystopia that is coming towards us, and I'm so sick and tired of people being so goddamn lazy and complacent and accepting of all this technology, okay? It really does make me absolutely sick to my core, okay, my sinners? So you gotta wake up and smell those goddamn juicy little flowers outside, because soon, all you'll be able to smell is the digital flowers. They're coming for you. Please be aware that we are now in the transition stage towards this future dystopian society. Like I said, tighter government restrictions. Your freedoms as a human will be limited, okay? You're going to basically be a little slave to corporations and your government, okay? You weren't able to leave the house, you weren't able to travel without showing an ID chip or an ID passport, something that identifies you as healthy and as a human, okay? I'm a progressive little trendy human. Look at me dance, daddy. Okay, that's the world we're heading into. Okay, just do your own research and think for yourself. Okay, it won't be long before streets are patrolled by Boston Dynamics. It won't be long before everyone is just doing all their work over digital conferences and digital meetings via Zoom, via AR, via VR, and if you understand this, if you understand that we are entering a new normal and what that means is a great reset for society, that we are becoming a digital species, that we are using digital currencies, that we are basically renouncing our biological human imprint. What this means, my sinners, is we are heading to a very dark dystopia where we are pretty much ruled by corporations, by governments, and by tighter regulations worldwide, okay? Because this is what they want. These massive corporations, these big tech corporations that have so much power and influence, that can censor your speech, that can push an agenda, that can limit the information that you actually read and consume. They are the ones that are trying to dominate and control your life. Because if they have control over your life and they have control over a virtual, life, then they can control your life completely. Because once you've, accepted that this is going to be reality and you've accepted VR and AR into your lives, pretty much everything that you do and that you see inside of these technologies will be actually created by these corporations, okay? So it's a very slippery slope, okay? So that's what I want to talk about today, is the future of AR and VR and why I think that VR is pretty much disgusting, okay? It's absolute filth, okay? Now, first let me just say, yes, it's fun, okay? Yes, it's a good time, it's fun, okay? I admit it, I've played VR games and I do like it. It's fun times, it's all cool, and it makes you feel like, wow, we're living in the future. But when you realize that the big people who are leading the leap into VR, that have got the VR marketplace completely dominated, that have got it into a corner and are actually buying out any kind of independent VR, developers, which is Facebook, of course, and their mixed reality labs or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. The mass corporations are in control of the VR technology. They aren't going to use it for good, okay? They're using it to censor you, and they've already done this. They've already been proven that they're doing this, and thank God that they're getting sued from the US government and the German government, but I honestly don't think that's going to stop them because they're so goddamn powerful, okay? So, let's just leap forward into the future. 2021, okay? The new normal is starting to settle in, okay? Everyone is going to be limited in their homes, which means everyone is going to look to technology to give them a sense of freedom. So people start turning to buying VR and AR technologies, which is going to be primarily made by Facebook, okay? So what's the problem, Savior? Why do you have such a vendetta against technology and VR? And why do you think that we're going to enter a dystopia? You sound like a madman, okay? Well, didn't I predict all of this that's happened in 2020? If you go back to my earlier videos, yes, I did. And, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, I gotta say. The problem with VR in 2021 is this, okay? People are gonna be so consumed by these technologies that they are slowly just gonna get lazy and complacent like the rest of humanity and give away their rights and their freedoms for the illusion of security and safety and the illusion of freedom by discovering new virtual worlds, because we will be restricted from actually experiencing things in real life, that we will actually then accept a digital world where we can experience new things in a digital way, digital dancing with our digital friends, with our progressive freaks. God, it makes me sick. Mark Zuckerberg, I would love to string him up. I'd like to take Mark Zuckerberg's neck and just give it a good old rubbing. The problem, my sinners, with VR in 2021 is that everyone is going to become so complacent and lazy, and we're going to start using these technologies, and it doesn't matter who's in control, because let's face it, it's probably going to be Facebook, because they are buying out everyone in the VR marketplace. And already we know that they're trying to limit you from using your own apps and your own games and everything that you've purchased previously. That's your property, okay? But they are saying if you go against their, agenda and their policy on speech, then they can censor you and ban you. And this doesn't just remove your Facebook account, it removes everything that you own connected to VR. So basically, they're threatening you that if you don't comply with their way of thinking, with their future, then they will terminate you and terminate all of the, consumer capitalist goods that you've purchased, to integrate with this technology. And that's the thing with VR, okay? Yes, it's an amazing technology. Yes, it could actually be used for good in humanity. We could use it for just fun, pleasurable games, and we could use it for bettering humanity, for understanding empathy more, for, training people in military combat. We could use it for training doctors. We could use it for all kinds of amazing purposes, for astronauts, for scientists, for, there's so much possibilities with VR. But how are we actually going to use it? We're going to use it in a disgusting consumer capitalist way, where we have these massive corporations that have control over your human rights and are trying to program you into thinking a certain way, and are going to censor you into becoming pretty much one of their intellectual properties, so that they have full control over a new form of reality, and everyone will just become so lazy and complacent, and they will use this technology like an addictive person uses crack, okay? That's where the future is really going, and that's why we need new developers. That's why we need independent developers, not these big corporations like Facebook, who are obviously using these technologies in such a disgusting and manipulative way, but it makes me sick. And people need to realize that don't get hooked on this technology, because that's exactly what they want. They want you to get hooked on this technology. They want you to become brainless, dumb-minded people that don't question everything, that just question absolutely nothing, and accept that this is the new form of reality, where you don't actually see anyone in real life. You are just absolutely consumed by this technology of AR and VR, and we just completely become a digital society, human society, where we don't actually really integrate with anyone. And it fits perfectly in with the new tighter restrictions worldwide, and it's just so transparent and clear to me that this is what they want. This is their plan, that they just want to completely own you and own your soul, that everyone just becomes pretty much an identical clone. And that's the future, my sinners, so that they can control your reality, what you perceive to be reality, and the information that you consume is the reality that they want to promote, not the reality that is actually true, but the things that you can see is what they give you, okay? And that's when they have absolute control over you, okay? And it's not just this, it's gonna make you so compliant to the fact that you can't actually speak your mind, you can't actually ask questions, because if you do, and it's been proven already, that you will get censored, you will get banned, and you will lose all the things that you pour into this device. And when this becomes absolutely mainstream, which it will in about 10 to 20 years, when everyone is using this device, when it becomes even more flexible and easy to wear, that it's just like putting on contact lenses, everyone will be consumed by this technology. And whoever's in control of this technology, like if it's Facebook, that is the most scariest thing, because they will able to completely just alter the sense of reality and absolutely dominate your way of life. And we don't even know what is real anymore, because people will be talking to each other using this deepfake technology, and no one actually ever has to meet, no one ever actually has to do anything real ever again, and that we are all trapped in this box of rules set by corporations. And to me, that doesn't sound like fun. So that, my sinners, is the problem with VR in 2021. That is why I think VR is bad in 2021, and that's why I think that the future of VR is very dangerous. even though yes, it's an amazing technology, yes, it's a lot of fun, but the actual implications of what this technology is going to be in the future is very, very scary, and we really need to wake up to the dystopia that is coming. And that's all I really have to say on the subject, my sinners. I really hope that you think for yourselves, you do your own research, you realize that the people who are in control of these technologies don't want it to be just a fun little gimmick, a fun little extension of life that it's going to give you new experiences. You know, they want this to absolutely dominate you, and it will in the future, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for watching, my sinners. I really hope that you learned something from this video. Please just do your own thinking and your own questioning about life and reality and what these corporations want, especially Facebook. So, you know, I really think that Facebook is disgusting, and I hate Facebook, and I hate Oculus. And this is the reason I hate Oculus in 2021. This is the reason I hate Facebook in 2021. And this is the reason why you shouldn't use these corporations. Because, yes, it might be all fun and games. And I could have easily bought myself a Quest 2. I wanted to play VR. Yes, it's fun. You know, the games on it are fun. But when you're selling your soul and your human rights to a corporation just simply so you can have fun, where you actually have to comply to limiting your own human rights and your own freedoms, that's exactly how they get power. That's exactly how they get influence. And then once they control the new reality and have it implemented in the new dystopian society where everyone is mostly interacting through digital technologies, that's when they will have absolute control over your lives, and that is when we have absolutely lost. So please join me on this war against the dystopia and against these disgusting people and disgusting corporations out there, and just wake up to the fact that things aren't ever going back, and we have to combat this, and we have to keep the human spirit alive. And yes, use its technology, use it and enjoy it, but don't get consumed by it, and don't, for the love of God, use Facebook or Oculus, okay? You know, I would advise investing in a VR. If you're going to buy a VR headset, buy something that isn't anything related to Facebook, because at the moment they are showing their true colors, and it's absolutely disgusting. And that's why I think there is a problem with VR in 2021, and why we need to really think about how VR is used in the future. And that's all I have to say on the subject, my sinners. I hope you have a blessed day. Please stay safe, and much love to you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean a great deal to me, and I really do just want the best for you out there. So have yourselves a blessed day. Peace out.